Hello and welcome everyone to the April 3rd episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the city of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today by two members of our podcast team.
Kate Ryan.
And Anthony Girardi.
But it's really more than two members of our podcast team.
Nate Gettleman.
Nate Gettleman is here.
Nice.
And Nate Gettleman is here because we have a very special guest, Laura Gettleman. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is Nate's mom.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm kidding.
I tried my best. I'm just telling you, I tried my best.
She did
Nate
her
really
best.
did.
Nate is great. Laura is great. This is fun.
So we've been having a lot of fun going back and forth with Laura, and you've sent us some props. Thank you for the Fenway Park portrait. Is that what we
My
call
favorite thing about
Oh.
that portrait is that Boston lost that game. I don't know if you guys know that.
Anthony, that hurts.
The
Are
opening
you
day.
sure they lost it?
I did. I looked it up. Our crack research
I'm
team.
sure you looked it up.
AI
Was it against
backed
the
it up.
Yankees?
It wasn't. I think it was like Tampa.
Well,
or-
at least there's that.
yeah.
And he couldn't even look up your facts, so
I know. I'm
No.
I
really
wouldn't trust him.
I look at the important ones.
He looked up the important ones. Did you look up that 2004 series one?
I
by
don't know what you're
chance?
talking about.
Yeah.
How's
Yeah.
Boston doing this year?
Oh, let's move on. So, Laura, this is what we're dubbing the baseball show because you are a super fan, as is Nate.
Yeah.
And we just had opening day, right?
Yeah, we did.
With every new season, hope springs eternal. This could be the year. This could be the
Yeah.
year.
It certainly
Why not?
could.
And we are, you're a longtime Kirkland resident.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to talk all about your history with Kirkland. But we kind of feel like you might have at least the city's largest bobblehead collection.
Certainly the cities.
Certainly the city. Maybe the country.
I'm going to expand it a little bit. You know, I don't
Okay.
know about the country. Let's say the largest Mariners bobblehead.
Yeah, the largest.
All
I'm sorry.
right.
I mean, people can have all kinds of
no,
bobbleheads.
that's
yeah.
I need to qualify that. The
Yeah.
largest Mariners bobblehead collection, maybe in the country, and if it's in the country, it's probably
the world.
the world.
There you go.
Agreed.
You like what
All
I did there,
right.
Nate?
All
I agree.
right.
It's like how the champion is the World Series.
That's right. We just declare it.
Yeah, we don't need to play. We don't need to
Any
play
other
countries.
country.
That's right.
Canada plays in it sometimes.
So here's the thing. We're going to talk about bobbleheads, and we had Aaron Goldsmith on. Did you hear that show?
I heard it.
We had
yes,
a lot of
I
fun
did.
with that.
Yes.
And I see
He knows a lot about baseball,
He knows
too.
a lot. He was super fun.
Yeah.
As are you. Now I see you have folks. You can't see it, but we'll put some pictures in the show notes. But you brought in some bobbleheads from your collection. I see Dave Niehaus, legendary announcer, as a bobblehead.
Ooh, uh-huh.
We got to get Aaron. Does Aaron have a bobblehead?
No, he does not. And I do not even think Rick Riz does.
We got to
Rick-
do that.
Rick Riz had a, I think it was a bottle opener or something
okay.
like that
Yeah.
that said he had something,
Well, but I
not
think
a bobblehead.
I think the Dave Niehaus bobblehead is commemorating his induction into the Hall of Fame.
it definitely is. It definitely is.
Oh,
It
that's a
says,
good point. Yeah.
yes.
So the Ford C. Frick
yes,
Award?
Yes, Fred C. Frick Award. Yeah.
Ford.
Well, I think we should start a movement to get a bobblehead for our.
If nothing else, a Funko Pop.
That's what I said. You
Fun-
could probably get a
Yeah,
Funko
yeah.
Pop. Yeah.
All right. Well, we can probably just create one. Let's give Aaron.
There you go.
How about a little stuffing?
So we're
There you
gonna
go.
talk all about the Mariners. We're gonna talk about baseball in Kirkland. Like Kirkland, something's going on in this city because we have an amazing
Yeah.
little league baseball history. We are a baseball
Yeah,
town.
it's impressive. Yeah.
It's incredibly impressive, both boys and girls. And we're going to talk about that too. We're going to hear some fun stories about the Mariners with Laura Gettleman. But before we get into all that, Laura, first up, everybody, mark your calendars for May 13th because Kirkland's biggest celebration of community spirit is happening at the Kirkland Performance Center. Anthony, what's in store for our community?
We are talking about the State of the City address and, Jim, your favorite Community Appreciation Night.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
This is an event not to be missed, my friend.
Yeah, so this year we're going to start it off with an address from the Mayor of Kirkland's shared vision. There will be live performances, recognition of our amazing volunteers, and food.
Yeah.
Can't forget the food.
Very nice.
It is free to attend, but please pre-register because we're expecting to pack the house.
We are going to, I am determined
Yes,
to
we
pack
are.
this house.
No
There's like-
seat left unfilled.
And there's
There you go.
about 400 seats.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Cha-
That's great.
So
Let's do
everybody,
it.
you got look. Some of us might be singing and dancing.
Why
It's,
not?
it's a lot of
I'm not gonna say
fun.
who.
I'm going to be in the booth narrating the whole thing.
You'll be narrating.
So,
Yes.
I'll be tapping my toes, though, Jim.
Are you the voice that says ladies? And
I am. I am the
Welcome.
voice of Kirkland. Yeah.
Welcome.
yeah.
to
The voice of Kirkland.
Not nearly as impressive as Goldie, but you know, it's a moniker.
Well, you have an amazing voice. I'll
Yes,
give you
yes.
that. I'll give you that. Okay. Want to see what's next for Kirkland's business scene? Oh, I love this event too. Then don't miss the Kirkland Pitch Competition. This is on April 9th at 5:30 at the at the Kirkland Performance Center. Kate, tell us about this one.
Yes, so this is where local entrepreneurs, startups, and business owners pitch their ideas in front of the audience. Our community is the audience. Come on out. They compete for $5,000 prizes in multiple categories. It's a great opportunity. It's also a great opportunity to network with investors, business leaders, fellow innovators. It's just a really fun night of ideas and creativity. So registration is encouraged but not required. So
Yeah.
you can just show
Just
up
show up.
and cheer on the pitches. It's going to be a fun time.
So, what's the show?
The
It's
show.
like Shark Tank.
Yeah,
Oh
kind of
yes,
like that.
yes.
It's kind of like Shark Tank.
Yeah,
right?
it is. It is right here in Kirkland.
Right here in Kirkland. You
Without
come-
Mark Cuban.
Without Mark Cuban. Or as what do you say back east?
Mark Cuban.
Shark Tank.
Oh, shocked.
Ah,
The Shark
nice,
Tank.
nice.
Now, people are pitching. They did a whole program at the city. I actually taught one of the classes. I have to tell you, this is a really great group of businesses, as was the year before. So you're going to
Yes.
be entertained.
Yeah.
The ideas
yeah.
are really compelling.
And it's a great networking opportunity.
It's a
too,
great
just
networking
for all these
opportunity.
businesses to get to know not only community members but other businesses in the area. You
Yeah.
can get some camaraderie and yeah.
Yeah. So
work
are you
together.
the voice of this show too?
I can be. You know, I can send you my fee. I learned that from Aaron Goldsmith. so.
that's right.
Are you available April
Yeah,
9th?
I am. I'll still be in town. Yes.
So the mayor will be there. I'll be there as well, and we're going to have the audience votes.
Yes.
There's an audience vote.
Yeah, there's
wow.
people's choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's great. Spring cleaning fever is also here, and our parks department has the perfect event to help you clear out the clutter. Ooh, some of us need that.
Do you?
And you'll probably find some new treasures.
Yeah.
You clear out the clutter.
Yeah. So
That's all I can
is
say
that
to
the
you.
opposite direction? Yeah.
Okay, what's this about?
Yeah. So this is our first ever Junk in the Trunk sale. It's
Junk
on
in the trunk.
Junk in the Trunk. It's on May 3rd at Houghton Park and Ride.
Laura's laughing.
Let me tell you, this
That's a Cal Raleigh reference,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I get
Oh.
it. Okay, sorry.
but this lady right here is an expert in throwing away junk.
Okay. We're going to get into that, Nate.
Okay, then
We're
you
gonna
might
get into
want
that.
to
We're gonna get
listen
into some
to this. then.
Gettleman insider information.
So this event, think of it as a community-wide yard sale.
Oh.
It's all in one spot at Houghton Park and Play. Plus, there's going to be food trucks. So if you got stuff to sell,
Got me
vendor
with the food.
registration is open until April 25th. And if you're ready to shop, then come on down on May 3rd.
You had me at food truck.
Yeah.
yeah.
100%.
Yes.
If there's food there, I'm there.
Yeah. What?
I mean,
Yeah.
That sounds like a Saturday well spent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Food truck.
Exactly.
I have not heard an event that you guys have done that there isn't food. So I don't know why you're
we
so
like
surprised.
food. Yeah.
It's part,
That's how you
Oh,
bring the
there's
people
food,
out.
There's food.
it's part of our secret sauce, Laura. It's what we do.
It's how we like to show love.
Yeah.
don't want
What do
Kirklanders
they call it?
hangry.
That's our love. That's our love.
That's our
language.
love
is.
language.
That's our love language. So, if you've ever wondered what goes into making Celebrate Kirkland 4th of July happen, well, if you've wondered that, now's your chance to be part of the magic. Anthony.
Yeah, the Celebrate Kirkland Planning Committee is looking for volunteers to help coordinate the parade, kids' activities, and more. Meetings are happening twice a month, and it's a great way to get involved in one of Kirkland's biggest annual traditions.
Very
Now,
nice.
Anthony and I are out there, right?
We usually posted up in front of Kirkland trains or
Yeah.
East Side trains, narrating and doing, what did we call it? Kirkland karaoke?
It's called community
Community
karaoke.
karaoke, right?
Nice.
That's our thing.
It is.
Yeah, we created that program.
We
Have you-
did with some maybe inebriated
Yeah.
Kirklanders
We
across
don't know.
the way.
It was early in the day.
It was.
Have
we were
you ever
playing
heard-
some Neil Diamond.
Neil
and,
Diamond.
they were singing along.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of community karaoke, Laura?
No, but I would be down to participate.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
okay. Now you know
I'm
where
an
to
excellent
be.
singer. If I do
Right.
say so myself, I am.
We need it.
Nice.
self-proclaimed.
I am.
We need excellent singers, and yeah, now you know where to go in the parade.
Yes.
If you're interested in community karaoke,
Yeah.
we sing songs.
We did music trivia.
We did
as
music
well,
trivia.
you know, it was a fun little event.
And
So-
if you want to bring fun ideas to the parade, then join the Celebrate Kirkland planning
Kate, thank
team.
you so much for bringing that home.
Yeah, let me wrangle us back in.
Thank you so much for bringing that home. So art has no age limit, of course, and the 15th annual Senior Art Show is proof of that. And Kate, you have some more information for us.
Yeah, so if you are 50 plus, 50 or over, and love to create, this is your chance to showcase your work at Merrill Gardens. They have an art show running
fun.
throughout May. So submit your painting, photography, sculpture, whatever medium you like
Yeah.
to use. Go ahead and submit your art to the Senior Council. You can email them at scouncil@kirklandwa.gov. We'll have that in the show notes.
Wow, bravo for the Senior Council. This looks
Yeah.
super fun.
They're always really great shows.
Yeah, great show.
Yeah, they are. Impressive art.
Yeah. Hey, the last meeting of the Kirkland City Council was on Tuesday, April 1st. Here's what happened. On the business agenda, Council adopted the 25-26 City Work Program, which identifies several high-priority projects for the city over the next 2 years.
They also reviewed the 2025 work plan for expanded council engagement with the community.
Council also received a briefing on the draft planning work program that guides the planning and building department's work over the next 3 years on long-range planning projects.
Yeah, and prior to the business agenda, on the study session, the council discussed financing options for the Houghton Village property.
And a reminder that council meetings are streamed live on the city's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and on the city website.
Yes, great stuff. Heads up for transit riders. King County Metro is bringing back fare enforcement. Anthony, what do
Yeah.
folks need to know?
Well, if you ride Metro, just be ready to show your proof of payment, whether it's your Orca card, your Transit Go ticket, or your paper transfer slip. They are going to be patrolling those fares. So
Good
if
to
you want to
know.
learn more, you can go to kingcounty.gov/metro. They have all the info right there.
Fare enforcement.
Yep, fair enforcement.
There
So
you,
we're
there
looking-
Just
you
want to
go.
make sure that you're, paying your
That's right.
way.
Yeah, there you go.
Now here's a way to do some good and maybe win a trip to, I don't know, paradise maybe?
Yes, this is really cool. So Bloodworks Northwest is hosting a blood drive at City Hall on April 23rd and 24th, and they have pretty spectacular prizes.
They do.
So right now, if you donate in April, you can enter to win a trip to Hawaii.
No big deal.
Yes. So help save a life, maybe get a vacation out of it. What's better than that? Schedule your appointment
They
at
have
the link in the
such
show notes.
great
They do.
prizes.
They just,
Yeah.
perks, prizes, whatever we want to call
Whatever
them.
you want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, a couple of upcoming events for you to check out. The 6 Pillars of Brain Health is happening April 17th at 2 p.m. at Peter Kirk Community Center. Learn actionable steps you can take to support brain health.
Pretty great. There's also some Earth Month stewardship events happening with Green Kirkland Stewardships. This is all throughout April. Dates and info at greenkirkland.org.
And a reminder, we always have links and more info in our show notes for all the items we talked about in our show.
Yes.
Thank you. And that brings us to our much anticipated 5 over 5. That's 5 questions. And what is sure to be over 5 minutes, 5 innings, perhaps?
Oh,
With our
okay.
special guest, Laura Gettleman.
Welcome.
Welcome again, Laura.
Well, thanks. I'm still here.
We circle back to our star
we-
guests.
oh, there we
That's how
go.
we run our system. So, Laura, as we talked about at the opening of the show, you are a super fan of the Seattle Mariners.
True.
But you're also a super fan of the city of Kirkland.
True.
So tell us,
Nice.
when did you come to Kirkland?
I came to Kirkland in 1989.
Wow.
A lifelong Seattle resident, but moved to Kirkland in 1989.
So you grew up in Seattle.
I do.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And, took a job over here and loved the community, bought a house.
Now, like
When?
so many great baseball stories, part of your origin story starts in the city of Boston.
Oh, geez. Here we go back to that again. It kind of does.
We've got to make a trip to Boston.
Always. Because
Yes.
you married into
I did.
Boston.
I
Yeah.
did. I did. Yeah. I married my husband. We met on a trip to Australia.
Oh, nice.
Traveling separately.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know. So like a romance novel, but
Yes.
Very
whatever.
serendipitous.
Yes, as my mother said, you meet the only Jewish person in Australia that you're going to, and he's not even from the same city. So it was, anyway, so we moved to Boston initially because my husband had a business there. And
Then you
know
got
what?
him to come to the PNW.
I did. I did.
And that was a big moment because when you came back, you had to decide where to live.
That's true.
Right?
And we were looking all over the east side. He had a business in Bellevue. But Bellevue was a little bit bustling and pricey and stuff for us at the time, and Kirkland was more neighborhood. So that's where we chose to settle, and we didn't have kids at that time and ended up with that one over there.
And that's
Enter
Nate's
Nate.
origin story. So you chose the best city in America. Good on you.
I know. Well, little did I know. I did not know it at the time. It did not look like this at the time. I'll have to tell you.
So but you had a history with. Did you come to
I did.
Summers here?
I did not know I was coming to Summers here.
Yeah.
Because we're from Seattle, and I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I went to Girl Scout camp at Camp Denny. We're going to Camp Denny.
Oh,
We're going to Camp
okay.
Denny. And we took the long bus drive, and I'm sure took all day. And then we got to this beautiful lakeside park. Well, fast forward to about 1990, I was volunteering for the Seattle Purebred Dog Rescue, and they had a picnic at Denny Park.
Oh.
Didn't?
Did it?
No, it said Denny.
Yeah.
And I
You're like, "This is
drive down
familiar."
there, and as soon as I start driving down the driveway to the parking lot, I'm like, oh my God, I've been here before.
That's funny.
Deja vu moment.
Yeah.
It was all meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
And I loved that camp. I really, really did.
Yeah, it's
So
beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, that's a great story. Okay, so
Yeah.
you've been here for a while.
a long time.
Let's transition into your love of baseball. How did that happen?
Again, growing up in Seattle, I grew up in the Mount Baker area, which was home to the it was the Seattle Rainiers first.
The Seattle Rainiers.
And
We're
then-
going back.
We're going back. And then they acquired a Major League Baseball team called the Seattle Pilots, and it was at Six Stadium right there on Rainier Avenue. And as a kid, you could sit up on the bank, you could watch the games. You could, for a cheap amount of money, you could get in. So me and my friends at 8 and 9 years old, you were allowed to go off by yourself at that time.
Yeah.
We would go into the games. You'd watch the game.
Oh, what fun.
And then
It's like an adventure.
it was an adventure. We're in the adult world, and we're doing things that grown-ups do, in a wholesome sort of way.
Early impression on you.
Early impression.
Yeah.
And then on my 9th birthday, I asked for a clock radio so that I could listen to the games at night
Nice.
when
Oh,
I was
that
at my
is-
house. So
that
and then I listened to them every night.
Nate, that belongs
Wow.
in the movies, man.
Yeah, if only we had that clock radio.
Oh, yeah. A little piece of
Right.
history.
Yeah.
So you were hooked.
I was
Bit by the bug.
I was
Hit by
hooked.
the bug.
I was hooked.
So how did that team transition into the Mariners?
Well, the Pilots went away,
Yeah.
and when they got the Mariners back in '77
Yeah.
at the Kingdom, it was again.
Yeah,
I
they were an
was-
expansion team, right?
Yes, but I was
Yes.
so excited they were back because I was, young. We didn't have any money. For $10, you get the little pack. I would take my daughter. We'd get the little pack. You'd get 2 hot dogs, 2 drinks for $10.
Oh, nice.
You can't beat that for an entertainment. So
Yeah.
she's an avid Mariners fan too.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was a cheap family entertainment and something that I love to do.
Do you guys like Nate and your sister? What's your sister's name?
Carrie.
Carrie and Mom. You like debating the lineup at dinner?
No,
No.
but fortunately, my birthday is in May, so every year we end up at the Mother's Day game.
Oh, I
at the
love
Mariners.
that.
Nice.
I love
There
that.
we go.
Yeah. So, Laura, we're claiming that you are probably the world's largest collection of Mariners bobbleheads.
Probably.
What do you think?
There you go.
Undisputed so far. So.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Mariners bobblehead collection larger.
Okay. And if Laura's confident, I'm confident.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a podcast challenge.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody out there that has how many bobbleheads do you have? Mariner bobblehead.
At least 60.
Yeah,
At
I
least
was going to
60.
say 60,
Yeah,
61,
60 plus.
something.
That
All
depends
Yeah.
if you count statuettes and the like.
I count the statuettes.
Do you? Okay, so we got to put a picture of this in the show notes. Mm-hmm. But do you count the nesting dolls?
No.
I think
No.
each one is.
I did not count the nesting dolls.
The Ichiro nesting
Yeah.
dolls.
I did not.
Or the Tygar Edgar
I
Martinez
did, yes,
stuff.
I did not. The stuffed Edgar.
No, it's the Tygar.
Tygar.
Is
Yeah,
this what I
Edgar.
have right
It's
here?
called
Uh-huh.
Edgar.
This
Yeah,
is Edgar.
Edgar. Yeah.
No, Tygar.
Tiger.
Because it's a tiger.
It's a tiger. They would say Edgar at the
yeah.
game.
Nate, don't argue with your mother.
I was there,
She was
there.
I remember what his
Edgar,
name
okay?
was.
But
know what his name is.
So this is, and I see you have a Dave Niehaus bobblehead.
I do.
Yeah.
The late great.
The late great. Fun story. Nate was in the booth with Dave Niehaus.
Oh, I won some kind of contest when I was
No,
in
you didn't. I
sixth
applied.
grade.
You could apply. It was
Nate,
at
you didn't win
You
the
didn't.
contest. Your
And
mother applied.
Dairy Queen had
Yes.
these.
Well, maybe you won after you applied.
Dairy Queen had these little entrants, and you could enter your child to be in the booth with Dave Niehaus, and they could.
Oh,
they
fun.
You get to call an inning.
call an
Did you
inning.
play by play?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
Or
they
were you
just
doing the color?
announce the player.
Oh, okay, that's
fun.
fun.
No, I was on the radio broadcast.
How old were you?
Wow.
I was probably 11.
So you're a childhood star.
Already.
Already.
Yeah. We have the recording, so that is
Oh, do
actually
you have the
proof.
recording?
We
Oh.
do. We
Can
do.
we play that on
We
the
do.
podcast, Nate?
I haven't seen it.
You have to vet it.
It's an actual
It'll be a CD.
You have to vet it.
No, it's an actual
Is
yeah.
it
Well,
tape?
Tape.
Is it? Yeah. Is
It's
it
a
on
tape.
a
It's a
Betamax
tape.
or-
yeah, a product that we can't play?
It's a tape.
We could find somebody. The historical society's got.
I think was Rick in there too. I
Yeah.
think it was Rick too.
Yeah, it was Rick Riz and Dave Niehaus were both
Wow.
there, and I actually got to meet Don Sutton that day too. I got his
Don
autograph.
Sutton.
That's right.
Legend.
That's right.
Yes, legendary Braves broadcaster and pitcher.
We're bestowing all this positive energy. You know, did you listen to the Aaron Goldsmith show?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he's
yes,
super
Yes,
fun.
he is. He
Yeah.
is fun.
We need to get. We should probably start like an Aaron Goldsmith bobblehead movement.
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let it start right here.
Absolutely.
On This
Yeah.
Week in Kirkland.
It's got to start somewhere.
Let's
Yeah.
lobby.
Start somewhere.
We'll lobby the team to have one next year.
Yeah.
And I think we should have like a little soccer ball or basketball down by his foot or something to
Yeah.
reflect the fact that he's a Kirkland
Soccer
volunteer.
Oh, coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh huh.
We'll work on that. Can we work on? Because
No,
you work now. Laura-
I do work for the Mariners. Yeah, no soccer ball on
No
a,
soccer
on a
ball.
baseball
She
ball.
has a massive
Okay,
disdain
okay,
for any
listen.
sport that's not baseball.
Okay,
Okay.
well,
When I got my
I respect that.
when I got
respect
my
that.
job with the New York Giants many years ago, I called her really excited to tell her, "Mom, I got the job with the Giants," and she said, "Well, it's not the MLB, but it's the next best thing."
The New York Giants football team.
The New York Giants football
What is
team.
it with you guys in the
Wow.
New York sports franchise?
You know, we just follow success. This New York
Jim,
Giants aren't that great.
that's
Laura.
another story.
Yeah, we got to move on from that.
That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole other story. So one of the again, we're talking with Kirkland resident extraordinaire Laura Gettleman. Well, thank you for coming in, Laura. This is super fun. Laura, I see it's not a bobblehead, but it looks pretty impressive, and it
Yeah.
says Rookie of the Year. Who's that?
That's me, because that's why my name is on the bottom. So
Read the trophy, Jim.
exactly
The,
the
the
trophy.
oldest rookie of the year since Kazuhiro Sasaki.
This is given to the employee. The employee of the year.
Yeah.
That year.
What did you do? Did you hit a
That's
lot
awesome.
of
2018
No,
MVP.
home
it
runs?
says.
I'm a super host. I'm
Yeah.
a,
What's a super host?
fan concierge, friendly, welcoming people to the park.
Yeah.
I can see that.
An ambassador for the Seattle Mariners baseball team.
Always got baseball
Wow.
cards for the kids.
Got baseball cards. Have
Oh, wow.
sneaky little foul balls in my pocket.
Oh, that's
This
wonderful.
kind of sounds like a Disneyland experience, right? Like you go and somebody makes it super
magical.
Funny
magical
you should
for
say
you.
that, because that's their model. They model it after Disneyland.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
unforgettable experiences and
Yeah.
magical moments.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you notice somebody who's having their 90th birthday, and then you run up to the booth and grab them a hat or whatever and a button that says, and they get on the
Yeah.
camera saying happy 90th birthday. So we do
Wow.
that sort of
Do
stuff.
they also
That's
have
amazing.
do they also have like a Disney jail in the basement?
They don't have a jail, but I've seen some people trapped down there
need
for sure.
need to be removed and
Right.
separated. All right.
yeah, they kind of that's kind of a stairwell. They kind of put them in a stairwell.
I love Mariner Stadium. I
T-Mobile
do.
Park is beautiful.
It's T-Mobile Park.
It's one of the best parks in baseball.
I agree.
It truly
is.
is. It is such a joy. It's just everything just seems to work.
Yeah.
The
We really are
space-
spoiled. It's right on the waterfront. Beautiful
Yeah.
sunsets.
Yeah.
There's plenty of places to eat and drink before and after the game. It's other stadiums are not in downtown.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're lucky that ours
Although
is.
baseball is kind of famous for that as a sport, to have their stadiums in downtown iconic areas.
Right, but as you know, as the decades have
Maybe
passed,
more modern.
corporatized
Yeah.
all of the
a
stadiums.
lot of teams have moved out of their downtown cores into
Yeah.
But
Complexes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the Atlanta Braves were the first to do it, where they bought all the land around the stadium. So now, whether you are buying food in the stadium or buying food out of the stadium,
all
the Braves get their cut.
Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, growing up in Southern California, we had Angel Stadium, we had, Petco Park down there in San Diego, and San Diego Stadium is absolutely beautiful.
I like the weather.
I wanna
As
make a trip down
everything
there.
is in San Diego.
I know, it's just, it is phenomenal. But coming here to Seattle and just walking into T-Mobile for the first time, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just kind of a different, and I think, like you said, Laura, it's like all of the staff just has this love of the game and wants to make it this great experience, and so it really does come off to the fans when you're in the
It
stadium.
really is.
Here's a
great.
little piece of trivia. The facade of the stadium, the exterior, was modeled after Ebbets Field.
Is that right?
In Brooklyn.
I didn't know that.
Another New York connection.
Yeah, another New York. The New York staff, everybody. And even though we have a history with the Seattle Seahawks, we had the Seahawks here, practicing, and
Maybe
we're-
soon the Kraken.
Maybe the Kraken. The Kraken has an interest in their Iceplex. We don't have a specific direct affiliation with the Mariners, but we do have an incredibly rich baseball and softball history in the city of Kirkland. We're like an elite baseball city.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
We had the iconic Little League World Series back in the 80s, and we were talking this morning. We had in 1974 the first softball Little League World Championship.
Yeah.
We were a finalist.
Second place.
Second
team was from
place,
Kirkland.
1974. Our girls. That's kind of amazing.
It is.
I think we should be the baseball. I mean, you know, how, like Redmond is a bicycle capital. Why can't Kirkland be
Hey.
the
Baseball
baseball
and
capital?
softball.
We
capital.
already
I
have
think so.
the bobblehead collection
Yeah.
that puts us
We're here.
it positions us in a good spot.
And we have the Junior League Softball World Series that
Yes.
comes every year.
Yep.
ESPN loves that program, and the ratings are going up, and it's an amazing event.
It is.
And we're making a big deal of it. So it's at the end of July, beginning of August this year. So come on down,
Yeah,
watch
super
that
fun.
softball tournament. It's
Our
Yeah.
fields are beautiful out here.
Our
too.
fields are gorgeous. Yeah. Okay, so we are a baseball town, softball town.
yes.
I don't disagree.
Yes. Okay, so Laura, what's some of your favorite fan moments?
I think my favorite fan moment was when I was at the Kingdom and Griffey Sr. and Griffey Jr. were in the outfield together. There was a hit out there. Griffey Sr. caught it. It was magical.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
just to
great.
see that,
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so neat.
everybody's like, oh, well, Felix's perfect game and things like that. Okay, but this was just, I don't know why it was just so comforting
Yeah, that's wonderful.
that the family was there.
Nate, you got a
Yeah.
favorite fan moment?
Ooh, yes, I think I do.
What's
So
that?
This would have been, I think, the year 2009. It was right after Mark Burley threw his perfect game for the Chicago White Sox. I had just gone to the game with some friends because it was going to be Felix versus Mark Burley. It was a pitcher's duel to end all pitcher's duels. Both guys went like 10 innings, and it was the walk-off was hit by Ken Griffey Jr.
Wow.
And Ichiro
Wow.
came around third base to score the winning run. So that was a 14-inning game.
What year was that?
Wow.
I think this was 09.
Yeah.
I got on TV.
Well, of course you got on TV. Childhood star Nate Gettleman
Yeah.
back
They
in the
CG'd
media.
you and
Well,
everything.
by the 14th inning, there's no one there. So we're sitting right behind the visitors' dugout, just yelling all kinds of crazy stuff at those guys.
One can only imagine.
You don't see pitchers going 10 innings anymore, you know? It's
No, you really
a
don't.
little rarity.
But
So-
those guys were gamers.
Yeah.
I have a favorite moment. I've been to several games. I mean, I got a foul ball from Dustin Pedroia
Oh,
on a Red Sox game,
Yeah.
nice.
which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But my favorite is I took a half day and went to a day game, and it was like one of my first Mariners games. Flippin' Felix throws a perfect game.
You were at that
Oh,
game.
you were there.
I was at the game.
Wow.
I'm jealous.
People were going crazy. Can you
I
imagine?
bet.
No,
yeah.
I
I was
can't.
like, are all Mariners games like this?
Yeah. Yeah, right?
What was that back in like 2013 or 14?
Something
or
like that, yeah. 13 sounds right. Maybe 12.
Can you imagine?
No, I was at a perfect game, and it was thrown against us.
Ooh.
Well, that's
No.
not fun.
It was. I had to say, the Seattle fans, when that guy was getting close, the whole stadium was standing up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're on the brink of history.
Yeah,
you know?
they were.
Wow.
They were, because how often do you see a perfect game, whether it's your team or not?
yeah,
Yeah.
You know, and the guy, you know, were just like the next pitch and the next pitch, and then when it was finally done, the whole stadium erupted.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even our team. That is
That
Seattle
is-
baseball
that's-
for you.
That's
Yeah.
baseball.
Was
All
this
right.
Wonderful
Was this
fans.
at T-Mobile Park or
Yeah.
in the Kingdom?
It was T-Mobile.
Okay, well then you're probably referring to
Wow.
Philip Humber's
Yes.
perfect game.
Wow, Cracker Jack
Yes.
research team.
It was a T-Mobile.
Cracker Jack.
Well, it was
research.
at Safeco, actually.
Yeah.
But yes, T-Mobile.
So, Laura, in honor of your amazing accomplishment and potentially growing accomplishment, I mean, the Bobbleheads, it's not like fixed at 6.
Oh, ever.
Right.
No,
Coming
no.
in.
She just got,
Actually, I
a new one yesterday.
New one,
yeah.
what was the new one?
Okay.
It was the J-Rod bat flip.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
the
we're going to play a
Leo.
little game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you ready for a little game?
I am.
We're going to call it Bobblehead or Baloney.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to
I'm
describe
ready.
it. We're going to describe a bobblehead.
With the food again. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Food.
And you're going to say if it's a bobblehead or if it's
Fabricated, not a
Or
bobblehead.
baloney.
Oh, baloney.
I threw a fastball.
And
She was
I did not hit it.
Yeah. She was expecting the off-speed stuff there, Jim.
She was looking for an off-speed pitch. Bobblehead or baloney? Okay.
There you go.
The first one. Edgar Martinez with a tiny cup of light roast coffee.
That's baloney. The
Oh,
actual
okay.
bobblehead is, as we see here, a light bat.
Oh,
He has a light.
a
Not
light,
a light roast. A
Okay,
light
now
bat.
Not a light
what's
roast.
what's a light bat?
Well,
a bat.
yes, he
In the-
he famously swings a light bat.
Okay,
So
and
they
and
made
it's
a-
and
size
it's
in his swing. So it's kind of a play on.
So they made a lamp.
There's yeah,
A
So he
lamp.
made a
It's
lamp out of
visually
his bat.
represented
Because
by
they
a
said,
lamp.
"Oh, you're good. Your light bat. Here's your light bat." He made a light bat.
I thought it
Nice.
would have been a
Okay.
cross promotion with Starbucks, so I
No,
thought
it
would have
was
been
Right,
it was
right.
it was a Mariners commercial,
Yeah.
tongue-in-cheek
very
commercial.
fun.
Okay.
All right, here's the next one. Ken Griffey Jr. in his classic swing pose. Oh, she's
Bobblehead
reaching.
or
She's
baloney?
reaching. Yeah, she has it.
Ah,
There it
that's
is.
iconic.
That is great.
Wow.
That is a fact. Oh,
That is a
his
fact.
bat's in the box, but yeah,
That
that
is
is
a-
that is that is a fact.
That's a fact.
That's
that is
a
great.
beautiful pose there.
All right, here's another one. Felix Hernandez wearing a crown and a robe.
That is baloney. That is an actual Funko Pop. That is
Oh.
not. That is not a bobblehead.
Trick
it's a
question.
Funko. Yeah,
Trick.
you guys are trying to.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a Funko Pop.
You thought we were playing a
Nice.
No, Laura Gettleman gets the last swing.
I
Yeah.
know. Seriously.
It was a Funko Pop,
Okay,
and there
next
is a
one.
giant Funko Pop of that in the stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next one. The big unit, Randy Johnson, bobblehead with a tiny bird perched on his shoulder.
That is another trick question, Jim.
Okay.
It
Because
is?
that was James Paxton with an eagle on his shoulder.
Oh.
Referencing the time when an eagle landed on him during the national anthem.
Wow.
Oh,
It
wow.
actually happened.
Wow.
And we have a picture here. I
That is
feel
some
like we're in the
interesting-
presence of bobblehead royalty.
100%.
Don't
I
you
know.
Again, I thought it was just a reference to Randy Johnson blowing up that seagull.
See,
I
that's
know.
why I think that's
Oh,
where he
yeah,
was
okay.
going, but he went it with the shoulder,
No,
and it was
bird
kind
on the
of
shoulder.
got the Paxton thing.
I'm
in
not
there.
actually sure where these come from, by the way. But Laura, I'm very impressed. I mean, you came with the picture of the eagle. I mean, you can't
I know.
do
Yeah.
much better than
I
that.
know.
Well, because I needed to prove to you that it was James Paxton
Yeah.
and the
Well,
eagle.
there
Okay,
you go.
over to you.
All right.
And you've
Okay.
only been to one game, so you didn't know
Well, more
that
than
James Paxton had an eagle
And
land on him.
we can also point out that James Paxton, at least at one point, if he is not currently, a resident of our great city.
Oh,
I'll have to get him on the show.
We need to
Yeah,
get him on the
yeah,
show.
exactly.
I wanna have a-
And talk
with
about
the
that
eagle.
eagle.
We talk about the eagle.
when
No,
the-
he did not look happy when that eagle
When the-
landed
when
on
the-
him at all.
Yeah, the
When-
talons are
Kind
kind
of
of
scary.
When
Yeah.
the Mariners win the World Series because of all this love we're bestowing upon
Yeah.
them, I think everybody needs to come back on the show. We have to get Paxton, Aaron, Laura.
Perfect.
Don't you think?
Perfect.
It'd be great.
The Gettlemans. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we
Let's
do the
do it.
podcast on the road from the stadium.
From the
maybe.
stadium. Okay.
All right, next. The Mariners Moose mascot bobblehead dressed as a Jedi Knight.
That is baloney.
Oh.
Although there is no bobblehead. He famously
okay.
does that on the field when it is Star Wars night. He'll fight with the
okay.
Jedi.
Okay.
But it's not a bobblehead. It's an actual
bobblehead.
thing that happens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Wow, you're really fact checking our quiz here.
I was gonna say we had it listed as bobblehead. We're gonna have to go back and
Listen.
Yeah, yeah.
It is not.
Can I
It is
just
not a
tell you,
bobblehead.
do
It is
not-
not a bobblehead.
All right.
Folks, you're
I'm not
all-
gonna question it.
You're all amazing. You really are, but
Yeah, yeah.
don't mess with Laura.
No.
Gettleman.
I know,
Don't mess.
seriously.
We don't want to
Yeah,
mess with Laura
it's not a
Gettleman.
bobblehead.
All right. What
Okay,
about
next one.
Ichiro Suzuki bobblehead featuring him catching a fly ball at the wall.
Okay.
She has
oh,
it.
Oh, she has it.
there it is.
It is anchored to the wall.
It's
oh,
anchored to the wall.
oh, but it's not
everybody.
Ichiro.
That's not Ichiro. That's Griffey.
That's Griffey.
Oh. Wait
Hold
a
on.
minute.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay.
I do have an Ichiro one.
there is
I
one,
picked
okay.
the wrong
She
one.
picked the wrong one.
Okay.
But is it? Do you have the original Ichiro one?
Yes.
So, guys, when you have a
Wow.
bobblehead
Yes,
collection,
I do. Sorry, I picked.
When you have a
Yeah.
bobblehead connection this big,
Right.
sometimes you pick the wrong
I
one.
picked
Yeah,
the wrong
yeah.
one. I do have the Ichiro one. I have.
But it is a
But
bobblehead.
see,
All right.
yeah, I brought
Is
that
the
Ichiro
Ichiro one
instead.
anchored to the wall, too?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, last one. Nelson Cruz bobblehead holding a giant turkey leg.
Oh, it's not a
No.
turkey leg, but it is a
It is a bat.
boomstick.
Leaning
It's
up
the
against the
boomstick.
boomstick.
The
It's a boom.
The turkey
Okay.
leg was from the King's Court. When,
Right,
when
that was
Felix
Felix's
would
thing.
pitch.
Oh.
Oh.
One lucky fan would be given, the turkey leg to eat.
Wow.
Oh.
So
Oh, I have one
close,
word.
but it is a bat. It's a bat.
All
It's
right.
a bat. It's called the boomstick.
The
Yes.
boomstick.
Probably hit a
All right.
lot of dingers with that stick.
Oh yeah, he did.
Nelson
I think
Cruz is the only hitter to ever hit a ball completely out of the stadium.
Wow.
It was during batting practice.
with a boomstick.
With a boomstick.
He hit it over the left field bleachers and onto the street below.
Wow.
Well, with the torpedo bats this year, we'll see.
Somebody else could do it now. He just did it with a normal
Yeah.
bat.
You want to go to that game, Jim?
Yeah, maybe we're going to go to the game. I think we should have a game. We should have a game at the Yankees and a game at the Red Sox. Ooh. How about that?
That'd be great.
Are you
I'm
in?
game.
Laura, are you in? Will you
I'm
come?
probably working
Okay,
there.
will you
so
come say it? Laura Gettleman, this was fun.
Yeah. This
Thank
was.
you so much for having me. If we win the World Series, it will be because of me.
Yeah.
Because
Tell us why.
I had Cal Raleigh's handler at the Sports Star of the Year Award, which he did win.
Yes.
And I had him look me in the eye, and I said, Cal, are you going to go to the Dodgers next year when he's free agent? And he said, Laura, that's not going to happen.
Ooh.
Okay.
What happened 2 weeks ago, Nate?
And then a week later, he signed a huge extension.
Okay.
For 10 years.
Yeah,
He's
he's
Okay.
a Mariner
Thank
for
you.
life.
Thank you for
He's a
doing
Mariner
Yes.
for life.
Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
doing your share.
I do
Yes.
what I can. I mean, I talk to who I can. I'm one person.
Yes.
Very nice.
But
You only do so much.
But you're doing the
But
work.
you're doing it,
Absolutely.
yes.
You're doing the work.
Thanks, Laura. And hey, everyone, don't forget to mark your calendar for the business pitch competition.
Yes, that's going to be big fun. And that does it
Yes.
for this week, everyone. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and
Share.
Special thanks to Mike Connor, Nate Gettleman, and Angela Brown for their behind-the-scenes magic. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You.
Our next episode is April 10th. Until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.
Yes. Go Mariners.